So, how did Taylor Swift create a fan base the Beatles could only dream of? How did she make it from the bleachers in high school to the VIP bleachers in the big game? How did she get big enough that you can't hit her? So, in order to understand how to be so good myself, I must break down all the elements that make her songwriting so wonderful, and hopes that that will make me wonderful too. So, I'm going to make it like a Pokemon. So, storytelling elements are the foundation, so that's air. Literary devices is how it all works together, so that's like water, because water has memory. Like, literary devices help create. Fire comes from the musical instruments, influences, and air is musicality, because that's how she gets the message to her ears. Like, that's how she makes the message sound good to our ears. Do you get it? Do you like it? Do you like that I've made her into a Pokemon? Or songwriting into a Pokemon character? It doesn't actually make sense. She's a world with all the elements. Okay, first, storytelling techniques. Approx 5 to 7 minutes. Not that I consulted any AI for this. Look, I'm creative, I'm not organised. The first element is air, and thus we have storytelling techniques. On multiple occasions, Taylor Swift has stressed that she prioritizes her writing.
Songwriting has always been the number one thing, the writing aspect of it. If I didn't write, I wouldn't sing.
She has also referenced times when she was a kid and she would rewrite Disney songs. It makes sense because our music does have a lot of magic. So I've categorized Taylor Swift's 3 different types of narratives she does a lot. Storybook, bestie, and love letter. The first one is storybook. This is also sometimes described as glitter pen in the Swiftie universe. They're just where her peak visual imagery come in. So it's songs like Next Chapter, that's literally been in a book. And then the story starts when it was hot and it was summer, and now and then she rereads the manuscript. She shifts a lot between first and second perspectives, but in the manuscript in Mary's song, it's the third person's perspective. Ooh. In these songs, she often goes between imagery lyrics and then follows up with how she felt about it. Like, and your mama's tell a story, you and T-Body. Talk about your past, thinking your future was me. Sensory data, and then it's a little bit of literal data. And these songs are often more linear and have more flashbacks to then and now. Especially like, the flashback starts with standing there on the balcony with summer air. Also then go to like the nuances of each events. Okay, next narrative is the bestie narrative. These are songs that sound like Taylor's gossiping down to the phone to you, and she's like, oh my goodness, you won't believe what just happened. And I guess some of the songs are directed at someone. They use the word you a lot. But I mean, songs like I Think He Knows You, there's this part of we're never ever getting back together. The part where it's like, so he calls me up and he's like, I still love you. And I'm like, dude, we're never getting back together. Like, ever. That's like very like bestie core. I feel like these songs are like more colloquial in their language, and she uses words like dude babe. Casual song. Casual bestie song. Like, I've got something to say. I'm just so annoyed. I need to vent, girl. It's like down bad. I'm so depressed. And like it's my birthday. Oh yeah. Do It With a Broken Heart is definitely like a bestie track. Picture to Burn is another good one, especially because she uses like, you're just a redneck. Hang on to the next one, Love Letter. This is where Taylor has written about how amazing someone is. Usually, like, there's a lot about guys, but also I feel like there's a few about like haters and fans and friends and even a little girl or boy ones, you know, the never grow up, don't you ever grow up. I've actually listed a few. Fortnite, Fearless, Last Kiss, Back to December, Red. Like these are all obviously romantic ones. So high school, obviously. Oh, I love that song so much right now. I'm like really into it. I love the like of a great golden eye. It's so cute because you can actually imagine it and you get to actually see it in action. That's so nice. Other ones, oh yeah, Innocent is one for hater, Change is one for fans, I think, or herself maybe. They're all driven by the urge to send love and appreciation. She paints pretty pictures to make the subject sound nice. They have great character development where she references the actions of the subject and then how it made her feel. It's more feeling driven. So what about you? What have you learned from my deep dive? I hope it's been helpful. Also, what is your favourite Taylor Swift songs and what features of her songwriting like her storytelling techniques in her this video? What points have I told you about in this video that you can see in songs? Like my favourites change. It's like one of my all-time favourites and I go to when I'm feeling down. I've written when I find myself in times of trouble, I put on change. I need some positivity and I can see her imagery and maybe an influence of Don't Stop by Fleetwood Mac, which is so fun. Anyway, yeah, hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought. This is like one of my first deep dives. I'm not very confident talking for a long time in this yet, but I think I'll get there. I hope I was somewhat bearable to listen to. My dog's been really cute. If you don't like me, you can just stare at my dog, I guess. If you want to, you could subscribe because I plan to do more of these in the future, but